Homelessness is a growing problem that takes a financial toll on the Quad Cities.
Here is a snapshot of that. Humility Homes and Services says it costs them about $60 to house someone in their shelter overnight. It takes about $40 to put that person in transitional housing and about $45 to help them maintain permanent housing.
Well, how do people end up at shelters in the first place, and why does it seem to take so long for them to find their way out of these shelters? Local 4's Tahera Rahman spent weeks investigating this. She joins us in the studio with part 2 of her special report. Tahera?
Jim, Tiffany, there are a lot of different reasons why one person or family can find themselves suddenly without a place to live. But all experts agree that no matter what pushes a person or family to homelessness, it's all just a symptom of a much bigger problem.
It's the emergency room department for people who are experiencing homelessness.
Every morning, staff at Humility Homes and Services does intakes.
We're turning away 4 to 5 people every day because we don't have room.
And across the river, Rock Island's Christian Care is also facing that daily challenge.
Our shelter is always full.
Christy Adamson says they're seeing more new faces in line.
There's something going on where people are entering the system that haven't been in it before.
That something, says Melody Williams, could be anything.
A lot of people are just one paycheck away from becoming homeless.
But both experts say the real problem
is just a complete and total lack of affordable housing in our community. There's not enough.
So no matter how you ended up on the streets,
they couldn't find a good job or because they're struggling with mental health or addiction, it's the same problem to get them back out.
Once you get here or here, you've hit a bottleneck in the system.
My service coordinators literally sometimes argue over available apartment units because there's just such a small amount that if somebody identifies a great affordable unit, you know, they want to make sure that their participant has access to it.
That's about 70 people under this roof vying for one unit. And that doesn't count competition from others in need, says researcher Maya Brennan.
The Quad Cities metro area has more than 11,000 extremely low-income renter households.
And they're competing for only about 2,000 units. And making those odds worse, says Adamson, is that low-income renters often have to go head-to-head with those who are simply looking for a deal.
So you have a landlord who says, this apartment, $500, and you have all these people that aren't extremely low income that also want that cheap apartment. People who can afford maybe more don't want to pay more, of course, you know, neither would I.
These experts agree that creating more affordable housing would unplug the system, moving more people from shelters to homes and opening up those spots to give more people on the streets a chance.
Shelter is not a permanent destination. Shelter is not a housing plan. Shelter is not a long-term housing solution.
Now, because people who experience homelessness aren't able to flow in and out of shelters very easily, it's creating a pileup on the streets. Coming up on Local 4 News at 6, I'll show you what that looks like for 2 men. In the studio, Tahera Rahman, Local 4 News.